Hi, I'm Christine McKay, and welcome to My Craft Studio. Today, I want to introduce you to a very good friend of mine. This is Carol Rice. She is with Stories at Home, and even more important than titles, this lady, if you want to learn how to journal your family, and if you want to just be mesmerized, seriously, for hours, just listening to all of the great ways that you can capture your everyday living, this is the lady to go to.
It's very sweet.
So Carol, tell me a little bit about why, I mean, everybody wants to tell the stories of their home, but why is it this passion for you?
I think because being a mom of 5 and being raised by a woman who was a very natural storyteller in our home, I've seen the difference that it makes in a family. I think it's a very core desire as a mother that we just want a happy family. And I've seen the difference that it makes to be able to pull stories out of our kids, to be able to share stories, to be raised in an environment where that was a natural thing, and to see that contribute to a happy family environment. I want that in my own home, and I've seen that desire for other families and want to help create that in other people's homes as well.
And you know, I think that it is so important. And one of the things, now I'm telling my age, because I always think, oh, I'm just young and I have this cute little family. And I know that when we would get together with my husband's family, they would all sit around and tell stories about, oh, do you remember when you were young and you did that? And sometimes his mom would say, well, I don't remember which one of you it was. And I thought, how can you not remember? I really thought she was crazy. Like, how can you not remember which one? And yet, now I'm the one. My little guy will come in and say, Mommy, tell me a story about like when I was little. And like, I tell him one, but I'm not exactly sure if it was him or his brother. And so it's so important to record that as you go along, because for all you youngies out there, you do forget.
You do forget. And the cumulative effect of all of those events happening, it's easy to forget exactly which one happened when and who was there. So it's a good idea to jot some of those things down.
So tell me a little bit about this quote, because I love this quote. I don't have it memorized. Let me just read it really quickly. But it's, sharing their stories is one of the keys to ensuring that a family isn't just a bunch of people living in the same house.
Yeah, I like that. There's the other part of that quote says, talking about mundane things. And I think that's one of the key things, is that a lot of us, we live under the same roof and maybe we talk, but how often do we find ourselves in patterns of communicating just about the things that have to be talked about? Where people are going to go, what they're going to do, and we find that at the end of a week that we haven't really talked about things that are meaningful, that we've gotten through the schedules, that we've gotten through the to-dos, but did we really have those moments where we connected with the people that we love the most, where we made the most of some of those moments and had some meaningful conversation?
Okay, you just made me have a light bulb moment, like for serious, like, because I always think of kind of your role is in just all the advice that you've given is how to record and how to remember those stories. But sometimes what I get lost in is when I'm downstairs scrapbooking all my photos, my kids are upstairs growing up. And so it's very hard. But what you just said, if I heard you correctly, is you have prompts and advice on how to create those memories while you're in the moment.
Yeah. I found early on that the whole reason why I liked scrapbooking, and I've done it for years, because we've been there for years in the same industry doing a lot of the same things. The reason why I did that, and I learned early on, was not just to record those moments, but I found that being a scrapbooker, being somebody who kept a journal, that it made me live life more deliberately. I realized that when I went to the amusement park, I took pictures. That we did things because I was aware that I was recording my life and writing it down. You make choices differently when you're living them in a way that you're recording them. And I think that we all do that. We live life a little more deliberately when we're aware that we're recording them. Not just for ourselves, but for future generations.
I love that. That is going to be my new quote for the day, is that you live my life more deliberately. I love that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Cherish Bound, because I know this is something that you've been involved in that I think is brilliant.
Yes, Cherish Bound started out a long time ago, before there was even the word photo book really was out there. And it's become a way to create photo books, but Cherish Bound started as a business that helped people capture their memories. We really were very story-centric in the approach, and the very first product that we created was not necessarily a way to make a photo book, but books called story starters.
Which are so great because it tells you and gives you prompts and questions that help you through that process.
Right, they're theme-based, so you can take a life event or a theme, like I want to create a book for my mom's birthday, and you can take that theme or that life event, and a story starter is filled with questions that will kind of walk you through prompts and things that will help you tell stories and remember things. I know that my kids, when I was busy raising these little kids, oddly enough, my mind was not on what life was like when I was 7 or 8. I was very 30.
Yeah.
You know, I was very focused on what I was doing as the mom. But when they would ask me, tell me what it was like when you were little, I would get kind of scared. I didn't remember what it was like when I was 7 or 8. And so I really like to just be able to pull out a story starter, pull out something that will kind of prompt me and get me thinking, so that I can be back at that place where I can communicate with them on their level and talk to them. You know, at 7 or 8.
I love that, and I think it is so inspirational because I think that that it isn't about just recording your memories on a page and putting it away, but it is about living your life more deliberately. And
it is.
If you love that
it's
message,
everything about a lifestyle.
It's amazing. And if you love that message, you are going to love. We are so excited that Carol took the time out of her busy schedule to come and do a show right here on my Craft channel, because I felt like this was so important to take our memories off the page, in the sense that we need to be living them and cherishing them. So you will be able to tune in to Carol, and she's going to walk you through some great journaling prompts and how to tell your story. And we are really excited to have you on air and come do that with us.
I'm excited to do it. Do we get to tell them about the conference too?
Absolutely. Of course. Because I'm excited about this.
Yes. Well, Cherish Bound is a website that obviously has tools and ideas and all kinds of ways to help people, do what we've been talking about. But what we've found over the last few years is just that it's really important that people need to do this face to face, that moms need that support and that connection. That doesn't mean dads aren't invited. You're invited too. But we need to come together to support each other, to help each other, to just share ideas. And so we started a conference. It's called Story at Home. And it's held in Salt Lake. It's going to be held this year, March 21st through the 23rd in Salt Lake City. We'll have about 5,000 people there this year, and we hope you're one of them. So you can check out our website, and there will be links on
my Craft channel, you can go to Carol.
Come join us.
Is there another site that they can go to learn more about? Is it just Story at Home? Where's a good source for them?
If you Google Story at Home, we're the first one that shows up. You can go to cherishbound.com, and there's a link that will take you there as well. So.
And like I said, we'll have tons on our blog as well. So join us for Carol's new show, and if you can, try to make it to that conference. I mean, I could sit and talk to you forever because it just is always so inspiring. So thank you for joining us.
Inspiring. Thank you.
Thanks, and join us next time for My Craft Studio.